Coach, let's talk about the upcoming season. 2025 is almost upon us, and tell us about you and your program and what you're most excited for entering this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the group we have that got some experience last year. We had some really young players that played a big role in our at least our improvement over the success we've had in the last 5 years or so. So those guys are back. Our seniors are doing a really good job of leading this group. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can make the next step and win a OVC game in the tournament. So looking forward to the progress they've made, and but we've got some big steps to take if we're going to compete with the top teams in the league.
Well, you mentioned some of your returners. In this day and age where there's a lot of transfers and rosters turnover, like tell us about some of the returning players you have and how important it's been for them to kind of work with the newcomers going into this.
Yeah, we had everybody come back except one player from last year that had eligibility left. And that's, and he didn't even go in the portal. And I'm sorry, we lost two. We lost one over the summer, which was a surprise, but he's not in the portal. He's still here at school. So we were fortunate. Hopefully that continues and we keep the guys that we have because we really like them. But that's opened the door up for a lot of programs to, if they can attract transfers, I think they're doing it. And where we're more reliant on still building from the freshmen up, I think that fits Macomb, Illinois a little bit better. I don't think we're a transfer portal destination. We're not in a big city, or Macomb is a unique place. So I think we'll continue to recruit young players out of high school, and there's more of them available because they're not being recruited as heavy by some programs. So that might be our niche. We'll see what happens.
With so many returning players, how is this team maybe different than last year's team? And maybe like where have they grown since the end of last season till preseason camp this year?
Yeah, I think the leadership part for our juniors and seniors is they've grown into that now, and they realize, okay, I'm a junior, I'm a senior, I have to be a leader. I can't just talk, I can't just show up. I need to play well and train well, and I need to educate the younger players on, how to get it done. So that's been a change. And then physically, I think our freshmen grew. They all added some strength and size over the spring and summer. And they also, some of them played quite a bit over the summer too. So I think that they've made a big jump. They got to play a lot last year, and they're expecting to play a lot this year. And right now we're pretty deep, and it's been competitive in training, which competitive training leads to competitive performance in games. At least we hope it does. So it's been enjoyable to coach and be out there with, almost a week and a half now, and we're still having fun, and the guys are still working hard.
We did a players to watch list. Liam Gainey was the player you watched. Maybe tell us a little bit about him, but then some of the other people, the fans and the public should be watching out for on your team.
Yeah, I think the three the guys that are in the attack that can make a difference are Liam, obviously, Xavier Gagnon, and Diego Porras. And so we need them to be healthy. And last year we didn't have all three of them in enough games, but they're a really good three in the attack. And then along with a returning sophomore, Ty Duax, and a couple other guys, Tyler Philpott, another sophomore that got quite a few minutes last year and scored a couple goals. So there's a good core of attacking players, and then defensively, our group has grown defensively too, and we have the back line will be a returning back line, not a brand new back line like we had last year with three freshmen, if you remember, starting in the back four. And we added a transfer that's an upperclassman, that's a center back to play alongside of Ryan Robleski. So that's a little more secure. They were together all spring, so that helped. So we have some depth in some spots. So an injury or a sickness won't be as I guess as serious as it was last year because our we feel our squad is deeper and our second group is close to the first group.
So you've talked about defense there. You talked about depth. If you had to say if there was one strength, middle of August, what's that strength now? And is that what you expect your strength to be all season long, or maybe would there be areas that will improve that could become your strength?
Yeah, I think depth is really critical because of the number of games that you play over the season in a short amount of time. And there's gonna be guys that can't go. And I just that point of playing in Texas on Thursday night and then playing again on Sunday and it was if I remember, it was a 90-degree evening on Thursday night in Houston, and then it was maybe 115 degrees on the turf when we played Incarnate Word, and we only brought 20 guys. That was a huge coaching mistake there. We need to bring more guys to make that trip successful, but it's difficult, and just Thursday, Sunday is difficult as it is. So to have depth and to be able to rotate and uh, rotate players, rotate legs, keep legs fresh. I think that's really critical. So the deeper you are, I think that works the best, and hopefully that'll prove to be one of our strengths this year.
You kind of led into my next question. Then last year was your all's first as part of the OVC for soccer. What did you learn? You took some of those road trips and just what are your overall thought about just where OVC men's soccer is heading into this season?
Well, I think I was just talking to our tennis coach, and he goes, yeah, the jump from Summit League to OVC for everyone else might be easier travel, but for soccer, holy cow, you have like last year's travel schedule for us was just really difficult. So that's the first thing there, with Liberty still in, we last year we had to go to Liberty, we had to go to Texas. Those were difficult games. And this year, the Texas trip will be difficult, but Liberty comes to us, so that reduces that travel. And then we love it that we're playing against teams like Eastern, Southern, and Lindenwood, who are in Southern Indiana, and those are regional games for us. So it's good and bad, right? Those are traditional rivalries. All four of those schools are in our region, so that's really fun to play them and because we know some of their players, we recruited some of them, and then but the excitement to travel is great for the team too, and the two Texas teams are good, and with Rio Grande coming in, that's going to be interesting. So it's we like it. It was difficult last year. I don't think it'll be as trying as it was last year, but it's still a difficult schedule. But that's awesome, right? That's the competition that you seek at the D1 level, and our guys are excited for it.
And I'm going to continue that question, like you all were in the OVC tournament, whatever, and that experience, and like how was that for your team to experience that? And since you got so many people back, it's obviously a goal this year. But then take it even a step further than how far you made it last year.
Yeah, there was two critical moments last year where our team grew, and I continually remind them that D1 teams want to bury you. And when we went to Liberty, they buried us pretty deep, and then they came to us and we won the game. And Liam Gainey scored a great goal. We win 1-0, and we turn around a 7-1 loss at away to a 1-0 win at home. That's a huge accomplishment for a young team, and it gave us a lot of confidence. And then the same thing happened with Houston Christian, where we lost away, but we won at home late in the season to seal the sixth seed, right, in the tournament. And because it was a big game for us, because we didn't have to rely on other games. That win put us in. So those were big growth gains for us because we got blasted a little bit and overcome away, and then the resilience the guy showed to just be a little grittier, a little bit more focused, find a way to score and just better defensively. So I think that played a big part in their confidence to play in the tournament. So now they want more. If you remember in the game against Linden, we scored against ourselves twice, two own goals, basically, to lose that game. We thought the Lindenwood was better overall, but we thought we were competitive in the game and could have squeezed out or snuck out a win. And so I think that just made the team hungry as well. And they worked really hard all spring and summer, and we're pretty fit right now compared to last season when the guys came in and the freshmen didn't know what fitness was and how hard the game is and how difficult it is to win. So the experience was motivating because it was frustrating not to be close but not get it, and those are the kind of things that make players grow and mature and be a little bit better prepared for the games and this season.
Before we get to conference play this season, obviously you got non-conference, and you got a good mix of some home and away and some challenging opponents. Talk to us about the non-conference schedule and how it's going to prepare your team.
Yeah, let me grab it quick so I can not mess that up, right? So I think the that we were really fortunate we got some home games again because that really helps. But UIC away and UMKC away are and Butler away are really good preparation games because they're quality opponents. Butler obviously in the Big East. UMKC played in the NCAA tournament. UIC is always competitive and one of the top teams in Horizons. So those three games they're away, but they'll give us a chance to see where we're at, and they're challenging games. And then obviously Bradley, Green Bay, uh, Indianapolis, those are solid games for us too. And then boom, then we have a home opener against Eastern. So I think those games will prepare the guys. There's enough at home there where they if we play well, obviously we got to figure out how to score and not just defend the whole game. And but those teams will challenge us and prepare us for league games.
Well, Coach, just appreciate your time and joining us today, and best of luck to you and your team all season long.
Yep, Kyle, great to see you. Thanks for your time and putting all this together.